Hi, my name is Will Nunziata, New York City-based director and creator of theater, television, and film, and also proud FENIX Global Artist Ambassador. Today, I am thrilled to be speaking with the acclaimed multi-instrumentalist, singer, songwriter, band leader. She does it all. Her name, GINA Sobel. For more on GINA, you could read more about her right below this video, but in the meantime, here is a sneak peek at the incredible talent of the one and only GINA Sobel. Well, hello, GINA. How are you?
I'm good. How's it going?
GINA, I am doing so much better now that I'm speaking with you and that the audience got a sneak peek of your incredible, incredible talent. You are so multifaceted, multidimensional. Frankly, you're a Renaissance woman. Well, let's go through it. You're a multi-instrumentalist. You're a singer. You're a songwriter. You're a band leader of your own band. And what I was talking with you about off camera is something that I want to dive into first.
Sure.
I hate to say that you have like an old school sensibility about you, and you said it yourself off camera, you truly are about serving the music. And for me, those musicians, those cats, those old school musicians and creators who served the art as vessels. We don't have enough of those people out there. And GINA Sobel, you are one of them. And thank goodness
man.
you are. Where does that come from?
What a
Because
compliment.
obviously it's your bone marrow. It's in your bone marrow.
Yeah, well, I think part of it comes just from playing a lot, learning that the music is the important thing. That like, yes, I'm up there and I'm taking a solo, and everyone is watching and cheering, and that's amazing. But like, if I don't listen to what the rest of the band is doing, and I don't sort of like listen to what the song needs at that point, it's like it loses the magic of what it could be. And I think also it just comes from growing up. My dad's a jazz guitarist, so growing up with people playing jazz in the house and getting to play with them from a young age, and just sort of seeing the importance of listening to each other and just being in the music and doing what the music needs from a young age was really, really meaningful to me.
I love that, GINA. And also, like, the fact that you don't, that the fact that you as a musician don't take lightly whatever the assignment is, whether you're a side woman, whether you're band leading, whether, you are the star, that in every circumstance you have the same mantra of serving the music to not ruin the whole experience for everyone.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's more fun that way too,
Absolutely. Look at, I want to know, first and foremost, GINA, obviously these past 18 months have been tough for all humans, but especially artists. How have you used the time, or what was this time like for you in terms of, the art that you may have created or maybe didn't create during this time? Was it introspective? Was it a time to heighten your why statement and why you do what you do? I'm curious.
Well, I think right off the bat, not having performance opportunities hit hard, pretty hard. And I think that that's true for a lot of artists. If our tour's calendar is full, it feels like we're successful. It's just like those two things equate very easily. And I'm not sure that's a true equivalency, but like that's what it feels like. And so when that was totally gone, it's like, oh my God, who am I even? And I was very lucky to be able to teach music online and also do a lot of session work for people, which I love doing. So someone would call and say, hey, I need a flute or saxophone or whatever on this tune, and then I could provide that. So that was great. It took me a while to start writing again after the pandemic hit. I think it was just like a little too emotional, to be really honest, in my music. So it just took a while, but I did end up writing some really introspective sort of like self-care, not self-care, that sounds cheesy, but like
No, it
stuff
doesn't.
dealing with like the mental health perspective
Yeah,
of being a human, and
absolutely.
and so like I had the chance last month to record a couple of those songs with my dream band, and so I'm just excited to see where that project is going to go.
Well, look, there's nothing hokey about self-care, Gina. I mean, the fact of the matter is, the fact that you are so unapologetic in what you do as a musician allows us as humans to, I think, relate to you that much more. And if there's anything that we need now more than ever from artists like yourself, is that vulnerability. I'm curious, when you do tap into that vulnerability, is it a different state? Are you in a different state? Is it like a zone that you have to snap into? And if so, what is it that keeps you there, if that makes sense?
I think for me, having um, the time to sort of like just sit with the song and with the lyrics is important. A lot of times I'll write down like little seeds of songs, like little lyrical, like just phrases. And then when I have that time, I'll pull out my notebook or my phone notepad or whatever with all the stuff on it and go through and say, what can I dig into today? And I think also that's really interesting. You said that, there's like this horizontal way of thinking that I think is true in a lot of art forms. Like as modern humans, we're very like vertical, very like task oriented, I guess is a good way to think about that. And when I write music or when I do visual art, it's the same kind of thing. It's like I'm able to, I try to get myself to a place where I'm thinking sort of horizontal, or it's like this big picture, and it's just associative in a certain way. And so like one thing will lead to another thing, not because I planned it that way, just because that's what it happened. And sometimes when I finish a song, I'll be like, oh my God, what if I can never do that again? Because it's not something you can train yourself to, it's just like you have to allow yourself to be in that space. And it's hard to sometimes get there. And sometimes months go by.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
might write, I might write like a couple jazz tunes that have cool changes or something, or funk tunes, but I haven't necessarily written a song that like gets that core vulnerable spot until I am able to do that. So.
But who's to say, like you said before, who's to say that these little seeds that aren't truly maybe digging into what you want to dig into emotionally is, an amazing thing right away, but perhaps there are things that you dig up later on that when you
Totally.
plant them turn into a full garden. And
Yeah.
so, I mean, I love the fact though that you can even get there and are willing to. And, I'm curious, as we slowly but surely start to open up, I can already tell through not only the Zoom interview, but just getting to know you through your music and everything that you do, that you are very much of a person that vibes off of the conversation that only can be had with a live audience.
Oh my
I'm
gosh. Yeah.
curious what you're most what you're most excited about in terms of doing that more often than not in the
Yeah.
months to come.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just excited. Like that band I had in the studio last month, it's just like so much fun to play with them. I think one thing I learned pretty early on in my career was that like everyone's a good musician. Like there are endless sources of fantastic artists. And if someone's not like a good person or like a kind person, like it's not worth it.
Not
Like
worth it.
you're gonna find someone who plays bass probably better than them because, or whatever instrument, you know, because I think that sort of attitude also like affects your musical ability to a certain extent. But there are plenty of fantastic artists who are just jerks, and it's like, I don't have time for that.
The
Like,
business is too tough.
yeah, it's like, why make your life harder? And so this particular group of musicians, all amazing people, all amazing artists, and just like being on stage with them is always incredible. And yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait for that, to get to share my own music again.
Tell me
And
about your band again. What's the name of it?
so I have a lot of bands. I have many projects in different genres. This one doesn't really have a name. It's kind of a new thing.
I
It's
love
sort
it.
of just a collection of people I've been playing with for a long time, from the DC and Central Virginia area and areas. And it's cool people who are great musicians, whose like creativity I really love
Well,
as well.
well, what I also love about you, Gina, and just to, top it all off here, is the fact that whether you're a side woman in someone else's show or you're a band leader, you love cultivating safe spaces with kind, talented people. And
Yeah, I guess that's true.
I mean, that's the
Yeah.
truth of the matter. And I can relate, I was a performer for many years, but why I wanted to become a director was because I always wanted to cultivate that safe space that 12-year-old Will didn't have. And when I see you as band lead with your band leader hat on, to be able to cultivate these safe spaces where kind people can jam. I mean, that's the end all be all. And thank goodness there are musicians and artists like you out there, doing, not to get all religious, but whatever, however you might take this, doing God's work.
Yeah, I mean, I think like it's like with the serving the music, it's more fun that way. And when you can really trust everyone that you're playing with and you really like them all, you make better music. Like it's just is everything is better, and you're a happier person. And I think that also allows us as artists to deal with the hard things that we approach in our art better, because we are able to then bring it to a group of people who we really trust and share and have them record it and play it. And it's really cool. It's really cool.
Amen. Well, and that then also transcends into the audience. Is that much more of a more beautiful, true
Yeah,
experience?
totally.
Well, Gina, I could speak with you forever, but I want to let our audience know, for more on the amazing Gina, you can read more about her and everything that she does right below this video. Gina, thank you so much for your time, and I'm so grateful we're connected now.